Into our news headlines, what's coming up in our weather forecast?
You ready for the heat?
No, not at all.
I don't think many are. It's going to be one of the hottest days so far this year today, and we may match that tomorrow. Excessive heat warnings have been posted. Add to that an air quality alert. I'll explain all that and when the numbers will back off.
Oh my gosh, lots of water needed over the next few
Definitely
days.
stay hydrated.
Turning to our top story here. Last night, the Palm Springs City Council considered whether to add a new In-N-Out restaurant in Palm Springs. So is it out or in? The Planning Commission seems to say it's in. They unanimously approved the restaurant at their meeting last night. The new In-N-Out will be located at the Smoke Tree Village Shopping Plaza. That's on East Palm Canyon Drive. But there's still some requirements that need to be met, things like pedestrian safety and tree coverage. The nearly 4,000 square foot restaurant will include a drive-through. A subcommittee and the Architectural Review Committee will have to approve the design before the project can start. And yesterday we told you that Cathedral City is facing a $25,000 a year increase for its homeless housing program. This morning we found out the city of Palm Springs is also facing that same increase. Both city councils are meeting tonight in separate sessions to discuss the Coachella Valley First housing program. It's run by the Coachella Valley Association of Governments. TVAG wants the cities to pay $125,000 a year as opposed to $100,000 a year. City staff are leaning towards approving the increase, so expect that to pass tonight in both cities. Palm Desert City Council will also consider approving the rate hike this Thursday. And attention animal lovers in the city of Desert Hot Springs. The new Desert Community Animal Center opened this morning in Desert Hot Springs. It's the only veterinary services in the city and one of a few low-cost vet clinics in the entire Coachella Valley. They held their ribbon cutting earlier this morning. That's where we find our Mary Strong. Mary, you've spoken in the past about the importance of affordable health care here in the Coachella Valley. What does this new facility mean for Valley pet owners?
Tiani, this is a big deal here in Desert Hot Springs. They haven't had a veterinary clinic here since 2018, so it's been a long time. It is also wonderful for Coachella Valley residents. There are only a handful of low-cost vet services throughout the entire valley, so they are already seeing lots of folks trying to make appointments, sign up to get vaccines, microchipping, and book veterinary appointments. I was also talking to a woman just moments ago who said their prices for spay and neuter are fantastic. So that is much needed here in the valley as well. As you mentioned earlier, they had their ribbon cutting this morning. There was about 125 people here, everyone very, very excited. I'd like to bring in Executive Director of the Palm Springs Animal Shelter, Dan Rossi. This entire clinic, I would say. Yes. Or center is run by the Greater Palm Springs Animal Allies, which is wonderful. You run the Palm Springs Animal Shelter and the new Wildlife Center as well. Can you tell me what this means here for the residents of Desert Hot Springs and for those in the Coachella Valley?
So we're really excited for our nonprofit Greater Palm Springs Animal Allies to offer another service that is desperately needed for the community. So this is really our first venture into offering public services for people that own their pets. Everybody that loves their pets, want to have a pet, should be able to get them wellness done at an affordable cost, and that's what we plan to do here.
What have you seen the response? Is it overwhelming?
It's pretty overwhelming right now. And again, we're just getting started. We have new staff here. We're opening a new facility where we're getting used to things. So we are asking the public to be a little bit patient as we work out our kinks and get things up and running. But, you know, today was fantastic. It was a packed house. We did tours, and we're going to start our first appointments this afternoon.
And why Desert Hot Springs?
Mainly because they have not had a animal medical center here since 2018. So it's the residents here have had to go to Banning, down to Palm Springs, all over the place just to have their animals taken care of. So it made sense for us to open up our first center here in Desert Hot Springs.
Dan, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. I know you're very, very busy today. I'd like to bring in a Desert Hot Springs resident. His name is Arthur Jones. He's lived here for 22 years. I ran into him here in the lobby when we first came in. Arthur, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us your experience of living in Desert Hot Springs. You were telling me earlier that you held off on getting a dog because there were no veterinary services here.
correct. There was no services to go to. You had to either go to over the I-10. So my last dog had put to sleep, and there was no facilities here, so why get an animal?
And now you found a new furry friend.
Yes, I have a new dog, and I can bring it in here I already made an appointment to come in and get his shots and all that sort of thing.
So you're here starting to fill out your paperwork in anticipation of booking your appointment.
Correct. I already have the paperwork and I already made the appointment.
How needed is this in this community in particular?
110%. It's greatly needed because there's no place to go in an emergency, or if your dog's sick or something, you want to be somewhere right now. You don't want to have to drive to India or Palm Springs or someplace. We can come right in here.
And the wonderful thing about this specific veterinary center is that it's low cost. That is really necessary for maybe seniors who don't have the funds to have a pet or provide pet food or veterinary services.
I am a senior citizen, but I do have pet insurance.
Good for you.
I've rely on that because it pays a good percentage of it. But I'm glad to hear that there are low costs here. That helps. That certainly helps me because I'm on a fixed income, just Social Security.
Very helpful indeed. Thank you, Arthur. I really appreciate your
My
time.
pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you, Dan.
Tiani, as you've heard, this is really, really needed here in Desert Hot Springs and throughout the Coachella Valley. Anyone can make an appointment here if they want. They can go to desertvet.org. Also, I wanted to mention that Mayor of Desert Hot Springs, Scott Mattis, said earlier that every family deserves access to compassionate and affordable pet care. It couldn't be more true. Live in Desert Hot Springs, I'm Mary Strong. Back to you in the studio.
We thank Mary for that coverage on that brand new animal center in Desert Hot Springs. We're taking a live look now from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. Whew, hot out there, well over triple digits. It's time to check back in with Jerry Steffen in the Weather Center for a look at your forecast. Jerry?
Yeah, today it's all about the numbers. 103 already in Palm Springs, 11% relative humidity. Thank goodness it's dry. Thermal, 106 already, and we're still in the morning hours. But yeah, it's going to be one of the hottest days so far this year. 97 degrees at Yucca Valley, triple digits already at Thousand Palms, 101 there. 103 at Desert Hot Springs, 107 Thousand Palms, and a pair of 108s, Coachella and Indio. So yeah, it's going to be a toasty one already there. But yeah, we're going to be just under 120 for many of us in the Coachella Valley, and we could even reach that number thanks to a ridge of high pressure sitting over the southwest right now. So our range of highs today, 116 to 120 under plenty of sunshine, dew points in the 40s, and single-digit relative humidity for most of us in the middle of the afternoon. Check out the highs, city by city temps here. 117 in Palm Springs, 119 Indio, 120 La Quinta, Rancho Mirage, and Cathedral City. Because of that, we have a lot of watches and warnings out, including that extreme heat warning for the Coachella Valley and much of Southern California. I'll sort this out in the full forecast. But today on our Comfort Air 3-day, 117 for Palm Springs, same for tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Then the numbers back off, but still above normal at 112. Full forecast and a peek ahead to next week on the way.
We thank Jerry for that full forecast, of course. We're hearing from an employee and the owner of Loco Charlie's about how ICE detainments in the desert are hurting businesses. NBC Palm Springs' Brett Rosen reports.
I can see their faces. Their faces were like vanished, you know, like with a lot of fear. I never seen people like that before.
That's Loco Charlie's kitchen manager who wants to remain anonymous, recalling what he saw last Monday morning just outside his job. He says it's one thing to see ICE detainment videos or hear about them. It's a whole other feeling to see it in your own backyard, saying what it's shown him is that these ICE detainments can happen to anybody.
It can happen to me. It can happen to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a resident or an American citizen or you had a work permit or whatever. They don't care. I can see all the American dreams gone.
He came to this country as a younger child, not born here, but says he was raised here, saying now he doesn't even recognize the country he grew up in.
This country is not the same. When I came to this country, I made sure to adopt the language, the culture, and be part of this country, paying taxes, working hard, going to school, and be a good citizen. But now, those things doesn't matter anymore.
The day of the detainment outside local Charlie's, staff had left in fear. The owner of the Mexican Grill, Charlie Kauser, says, especially during the non-busy summer months, the business cannot afford to close down.
Even our busy season was 40% down. So summer season, we can't afford to shut down. We need to stay open. We need them. We need people to come. We're hanging in there. We're having to watch our labor, our food costs, electric's gone up, gas has gone up. And now that a big part of our community is Mexican, and they're not frequenting our restaurant like they used to.
The kitchen manager says even though he's felt the stress and fear of ICE, he still has a sense of pride to be living here in the U.S., saying he just wants to see things get better.
My life is in this country. My friends are in this country. My life is this country. I will say to give us a chance to prove not everybody is the same. To prove like other people. We come with dreams.
Still ahead here on Midday News, our Fred Rogan speaks with city officials about a new traffic enforcement device that's being considered in the city of Palm Desert. That story is coming up next. And we're taking a live look from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Sunny skies out there. Jerry Steffen breaks down your full 7-day forecast straight ahead. You're watching NBC Palm Springs Midday. Welcome back. Earlier this week, we told you about the Palm Desert Safety Stick Program, something the Public Safety Commission is considering that would set up automated parking violation ticketing machines around the city. Our Fred Rogan spoke with Palm Desert Representative Thomas Sowell about it. Take a listen.
Appreciate you joining the show tonight.
I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so let's go. Palm Desert trying to make the streets a little safer, I think is fair to say.
I think that's fair to say.
Okay, and you're looking at this new technology, right?
Yeah, our Public Safety Committee is taking a look at this emerging technology that helps enforce parking violations.
And right now, unless I'm wrong, parking in Palm Desert is free, right?
Parking is free. It will remain free, but there's a new state law that says that you can't park within a certain distance of crosswalks and intersections, which is designed to help keep the lines of sight clear for pedestrians who are walking there. And this technology would help enforce that parking.
Also, anybody that parks in front of a fire hydrant, anything like that.
Exactly.
All right. So I know that, and by the way, I'll just say, I think it's a good idea. I actually think it's a very good idea. And I think 250 cities around the country are using this technology. And
it's starting to spread across the country.
Okay. But that being said, you're going to find people in the city of Palm Desert that say, I got to be honest with you, this is a money grab, and you know it. Now, to be fair, I don't know how much money you can grab when you already have free parking. So that I don't get. But, you know, not everybody's going to embrace this. Why do you think that is?
You know, we find that almost on any issue that comes up at the city, we have people on both sides of the aisle. This is a very preliminary topic right now. The committee is evaluating whether or not to recommend that council consider it. So if they do that, then the council will consider it. We'll have a lot of opportunity for public input. So we'll be able to hear what everybody thinks, whether they're for it or against it. We always want to hear from our public, from our residents, and they'll have an opportunity to share that.
Okay, so let's say the committee likes the idea, they recommend it to the council. Give me a timeline. I mean, I know sometimes city government does not move as quickly as some might like, but what would be a timeline before these would be installed, in your opinion?
You know, we haven't even investigated that yet because it's such a preliminary topic. I'll tell you that we have a summer break coming up. So sometime after that, we would set up a study session for council to hear the pros and cons, hear the details about the program, what it would mean, what it would entail, what is the cost to the city, if any, and what the benefits might be. So that would be the first step. And after that, then council would kind of give us an indication. Staff would do a lot of research. And then at some point further down the line would be implementation if that were to happen.
Outstanding. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for the update. Again, not everybody will agree with me. I think it's a pretty good idea. And it doesn't cost the city anything either. I believe they install it, and then there's a revenue share. I think is
that's
the way
my understanding, yeah.
I don't see how it's a bad idea at all. All right, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Taking a live look outside at your Agua Caliente Casino camera in Rancho Mirage. Meteorologist Jerry Steffen has your AccuWeather forecast coming up next. You're watching NBC Palm Springs Midday.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
could use a few more of these little speckles of clouds out there because it's going to be very hot. Our scene from our Agua Caliente Casino Cam view, Walter Clark 111, too. We have that as well. As far as temperatures yesterday, it was hot. We had above normal numbers, 114 above that 108 degree high yesterday. Today we'll surpass the 114, already getting close. 97 degrees at Yucca Valley, 109,000 Palms, 111 already at Indio. It's not even noon. Winds have picked up a little bit. They'll be out of the west and a little breezy. Maybe that'll help a little bit, but nothing really strong out of the west later today. Radar quiet over the southwest thanks to a ridge of high pressure over the top of us. That'll stick around one more day, making sure our numbers will be way above normal. 116 to 120, plenty of sunshine for the valley with a weak onshore flow. High still there. Yeah, again, tomorrow, 116 to 120 in the valley. Let's talk specifics. Our city-by-city forecast today, a sunny 117 in Palm Springs, 119 in Indio, 120s today at Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, and La Quinta. Now tomorrow, again, 117 for Palm Springs, Indio, 120 at Rancho Mirage. So it's going to be up there again tomorrow. Because of that, an extreme heat warning in effect for the Coachella Valley, much of Southern California, including Riverside County down to Imperial County. That extends into Arizona and parts of Nevada. As far as the heat advisory today and tomorrow for the Inland Empire down to parts of Southern California around San Diego County. Also an air quality alert in effect because of that high pressure suppressing the air, keeps it low to the ground. So we have pollutants, ozone pollution in our area. That does include the Coachella Valley all the way to the coastline. That expires Thursday night. Now, as far as Friday, the numbers do come down, but still above normal, 111 to 114, as that high gets pushed aside thanks to a weak frontal boundary to the north. Wind's not really an issue. They'll pick up a little bit late in the day. Every afternoon and evening, the winds will be out of the west, just a little strong breezes in the wind-prone areas. Surface moisture remains dry, single-digit relative humidity through this weekend, and dew points for those who have evaporative coolers, basically in the 40s for the next couple of days. Comfort Air 7-day forecast, 117 for Palm Springs today and tomorrow, and some areas getting close to 120 both afternoons. The numbers do come down, but still above normal at 112 on Friday, 111 Saturday, Sunday, sunshine 110.
The power at Palm Springs Stadium has been an issue since Saturday, and we're not talking about the baseball team. Our NBC Palm Springs' Kaylin Kelly has more on how the outage is affecting Sunrise Park.
It was lights out at Sunrise Park on July 5th as an electrical issue left the entire park without power for more than 3 days. Generators hauled in from as far away as Los Angeles, powering buildings like the Public Library and Aquatic Center until power was restored. By Tuesday morning, power was restored to the swim center. But in a statement from the city, the task of reopening the pool involves a multi-step process, which means it won't be open to the public until Wednesday.
The city is actively working to restore power here inside Sunrise Park. But for one local business, the effects are going to be felt long after the lights get turned back on.
Well, as a small business, when we lose power, obviously we can't have games.
This is Andrew Starkey, owner of the Palm Springs Power baseball team. And with each day that goes by without power in the stadium, the financial hardship to his small business becomes drastically larger.
We can't open the ticket box. We can't process credit cards. We can't sell concessions. Items that we have in refrigerators, we've got to transport them and try and get them to other areas or dispose of them if they're losing temperature. We only have 30 dates in the summertime to run games and draw fans to the ballpark. So if we lose one date or two dates, we're talking, 3, 4, 5, 6% of our overall number of dates that we can generate revenue and be able to sell tickets.
But the financial hardship sprawls well outside the lines of ticket sales and concessions. The Palm Springs Power have several sponsors who invest in advertising that is dependent on fans in the stands. So how can you support?
Once we have the power back on, we would love the community to come out and support us. We're on a big playoff push here. Right now we're in third place, and we're trying to get into the top 2 to get back in the playoffs. We've had quite a winning tradition here, and we've faced some great competition this year. We've got great competition this weekend coming up here at Palm Springs Stadium.
We thank our Caitlin Kelly for that report. If you haven't seen it yet, we've got a new website designed to bring you the stories you care most about. You can go to NBC Palm Springs and check out our top stories on our homepage. We've got a breaking news banner, and on our newsroom tab, you'll find all of our stories and community events organized by date. You're watching NBC Palm Springs Midday. We'll be right back. Don't forget this Friday night, July 11th, it's NBC Palm Springs night at the Palm Springs Power Game. The whole crew will be out there. First pitch is at 7 p.m. Hopefully it won't be too hot out there at 7 p.m.
Yeah, a little toasty, but yeah, stay in the shade.
Definitely stay in the shade. Jerry, anything we should know about our forecast before we go?
Well, yeah, let's look at the temperatures we can expect today. This is basically what we'll see again tomorrow, but 117 in Palm Springs, a few 120s this afternoon, like La Quinta, Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage. Extreme heat warnings in effect today and tomorrow. After that, the numbers do back off slightly, still above normal at 112. Then we subtract a degree each and every day till we get to that normal Tuesday, 108.
Oh my gosh, very hot. Well, that does it for us. We'll have more news coming up at 5. Have a great rest of your day.
Stay hydrated.
Yes.